Gordie and Buzz were bluing over defections impacting Origin. I'll come to you, Crawls. What's your take?
I sat out in the green room and this bloke drove my head into the ground over this. I just think that you make a lot of great points, Gordon, with what you say. However, I also feel that players like Payne Haas and Tino, and they've played. Payne was born in Newcastle. He played his entire junior career here. They're entitled. If you like, the rules state, if you have played junior football before the age of 13 in either New South Wales or Queensland, you're entitled to play in this game.
Yes.
And my fear would be the international game has grown so much with the way that we've allowed these players to choose their family's heritage.
Yeah.
And it's created another platform for us to really prosper as a game. And if you took that away, my fear would be the international game would be the one that would fall over.
Just call it the NRL All-Stars.
But it's
Don't
not,
call
mate.
it State of Origin.
Well, but for these people, Gordon, and it might not be what you agree with, but for Payne Haas and these guys,
it's what I grew up with.
But they grew up with it too, mate. They were born in these states.
Well, then you choose Queensland,
and they're entitled to play.
If you're that proud of where you're from, right? I knew the jerseys that I had to wear. It's just that simple. Or just make, do you know what? Take the decision away from them and make Tonga and Samoa tier 1 because they deserve to be tier 1.
Well, Steve, I find that would be interesting. If say they are tier 1,
they deserve to be.
I know, but with those, but it's the way they judge it. It's got nothing to do with your performance. It's with, the size of your country and
your pathways
and all that stuff. Yeah. But I would say, all right, say they change that and Samoa and Tonga can't. A tier 1 Tonga and Samoan players can't play Origin. Are they going to walk away from $90,000 a year to play for their country? I'm not saying those players in particular wouldn't, but it makes it a tricky choice.
Which then kills the international game. Well, it takes it back to where it was. And I don't think...
But I just think my point is that whatever the game's administrators they have to tread very carefully because they could stuff up the State of Origin, which is...
Do you think, though, Gordon...
If you're a true Queenslander, you'd play State of Origin for free, and I played for my country pretty much for free.
You did, mate.
Yeah, but that was you, Gordie. That's you, Gordie.
That's just it.
The Monday players are different. Okay. They are.
Well, change the rules.
There's also so much money involved.
I agree.
I still think these players, they love New South Wales and Queensland probably just as much as you did, mate. I think your argument is more towards the Kangaroos and the Australian national team.
Huge news in Brisbane this week with Payne Haas defecting to Samoa. Now, what's the story with Kotoni Staggs? Is he going to play for Tonga?
Well, it looks like the exodus is on, Brace. So I've spoken to a few people in and around the Tongan camp, and I'm told that they will pick Kotoni Staggs for the end-of-season Pacific Championships if he wants to play for Tonga. Now, of course, he's dually eligible. He's eligible for the New South Wales Blues at Origin level, and he can play for Australia. He has done before, Braith. He played in 2023 for the Kangaroos in the Pac Champs final against New Zealand. So Kotoni at this stage is keeping an open mind. He says he'll decide if he's not picked for Australia. He's eligible for Tonga. He's played a couple of tests for them before, and I'm told that Christian Wolf, the Tongan coach, will pick Kotoni Staggs at the end of the year if he makes himself available.
Hey, Pete, is there any news on Tino, whether it's a club or international future? He got asked on Sunday and he didn't really commit anywhere. Do you know anything about it?
Look, I do. Look, I think he's 50-50. He's absolutely torn. Now, I know he's met Ben Gardner, the Samoan coach, earlier this year, and he told Ben Gardner, I'm told at this meeting, that he wanted to win a World Cup for Samoa one day. That was something that he wanted to do to honour his family. However, he's also cognizant of the fact that he could be a future Queensland Origin captain, and he does like the appeal of playing for Australia at this year's Ashes series. Of course, historic first Ashes series in 22 years. So he is torn. But I can tell you guys some other news here for Samoa. Massive news. Josh Papali, the Canberra hitman, he is confirmed he will play for Samoa at this year's Pacific Championships, injury permitting, of course. And Jeremiah Nanai, the Queensland Origin star at the Cowboys, he's also on board for Samoa. So they're getting some real scalps there. They're building a pretty formidable pack.
They sure are. That Samoan team's going to be red hot at the back end of this year. It's good to see a part-time Queenslander like yourself, Pete, back in New South Wales.
Well, I'll tell you what, Braith, I've come here, the bra boy, it's just started bucketing down. What's going on here? No wonder I've got maroon on Gordie. Rock solid, Queensland forever.
You're a try-hard. You've even got the maroon jacket on. At least Gordie's got the blue one on. Good on you, Bomber. Enjoy the boxing tomorrow night, brother.
See ya.